Right, so this is on record, but I'll just get started.
Sure.
All right, welcome everyone. Thank you for tuning in to this video. I'm joined here with Anne Bassis, who's part of well, she's the founder of Grapevine Marketing, a real expert in helping getting leads, in particular in this specific industry, which we're focusing on, which is aesthetics. And we've also joined by Kathy, who's one of our clients. She has been trialing our AI bot service, including the lead generation campaign, which we'll talk all about later in this video. But actually, I'll just let Kathy maybe just share a little bit about her specific aesthetics business, just a little bit about the business you're running, and then we'll get into the AI and what's been happening in your business because you've had an all right month, haven't you?
Very good month this month. That probably our best month so far. We turned over 14,000 last month, and normally, we're kind of more at about 10,000. So for the first month, I feel like it's been a really successful uplift in our turnover just for for doing the 1 month, and this is just the start of it. So yes, I think that so far so good. We're based in Plymouth. We find it quite difficult to get people through the door, down really to the demographics of Plymouth. It can be quite tricky. But we have found with marketing with Anne and with this AI, it's really helped to sort of give us that extra boost that we needed really. And it's just taken a lot of work out of the whole booking people in and getting people through the door for us so we can concentrate more on our clients.
Yeah. Awesome. And actually, yeah, let's maybe take it back to like where this all started before we even knew each other. Kathy and you two had the relationship already where actually we were getting people through the door. If we think of the door as the digital door of, coming through the ads, opting in, sharing the name, email, phone number, that sort of thing. Um, and that's amazing. A lot of people don't even get to that, right? That's not easy, but thanks to Anne, that's possible. Especially specialists in this industry. Maybe you could share a little bit about great that whilst that's great, there's still some other stuff that actually needs to be taken care of. And I know the raw experience you've had, so I'll just kind of hear from you like what that was and how it worked.
Sure. I mean, Anne's campaigns on Facebook work really, really well. And we were getting so many leads a day that we couldn't really keep up with it because we're obviously busy dealing with clients. There's only the two of us that work here because we keep our overheads low. So we've always kind of just the two of us really managed the leads, managed sort of talking to clients as well as the actual treatment side of things. So we were getting to a point where we just weren't keeping up with the leads. We were probably getting sort of 10 leads a day, but not always having the time to follow them up. And then it's not so much following them up, it's then the questions that come with that, and you're backwards and forwards all the time. And that's just from those leads. We've also got other other conversations to be had with clients through our social media and other sort of areas where we draw clients. So it just got a little bit difficult really, trying to manage everything as well as just turn up for work each day. We were very slow on responding to clients,
Hmm.
so sometimes you might leave them over a day before they got a response from us, which by that point you can lose that lead. So
Yeah.
yeah, so we've been very successful, and marketing's been brilliant for us, but we felt it was we weren't capitalizing on it 100% on the leads we're getting, just purely because of time constraints. And we just,
Yeah.
unless you're going to sort of working right through the evening till midnight every night,
Hmm.
we want to have a good life work balance at the end of the day. So this is where
Yeah.
you've come in with.
With the bot, yeah. And speaking of that work-life balance, you very much, we'll go more into the actual experience using the bot after, but I just wanted to call out whilst I remember it, like you actually had 2 weeks off in this last month, whilst it was one of your best months. It's, yeah, pretty incredible, right?
So I managed to do the seven. I did 7,000 this month myself personally, but I actually had 2 weeks off on holiday. So
And you have a 4 day
yes,
week if you do work.
a week when I do go to work. Yes,
Yeah.
so it's been a good. it's been very, very good. Yeah.
Okay, well, I definitely want to come back to the experiences with the bot later, but maybe actually at this point, and because obviously you work with many clients who were in Kathy's position as well with getting the leads, um, but they're not able to capitalize and maximize, especially on the conversion side. Um, Anything you want to share, like when you think about that part of the process, what it's like for clients?
Yes, absolutely. It's always the weak point in any campaign. So we can bring leads to the business, we can bring them a steady stream of relevant leads. But if nothing is happening with those leads, it's literally leaving money on the table.
Mm,
So we find that many of our clients that they're a small business, they might only have, or they might be a sole trader, or they might just have one or two staff. And so, as Kathy outlined, the problem is they usually don't have time. Some people, of course, feel very nervous about doing this as well. So it can
mm,
take some skill to do follow-up calls, and sales is not a natural thing for everybody.
mm.
So all that combination really makes it difficult for our clients to get all the value that they can out of the leads that we bring to them. So having a system which can be as automated as possible is absolutely perfect and complements the campaigns, and the two go hand in hand so well.
Yeah.
And we really want everybody to be doing this because it will see them increase their turnover in the same way that Kathy has.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, it's actually very true you say, because Kathy, you strike me as someone who's quite comfortable with this networking, the sales, the talking, but perhaps not for every business owner, especially in an industry that's not specifically about, sales and business in particular.
Yeah, absolutely. I would say that we are quite strong on our marketing and and how we talk to clients and our sales, kind of the way we do sell our services.
Yeah.
However, so I was a bit nervous about the AI because I'm
Mm,
because of we have that relationship and how we sell. But what's been brilliant is the bot has been able to kind of reflect how we are. So we've had clients who genuinely think they're talking to me when actually they're talking to the bot.
yeah.
So I suppose I just want to reassure anyone who's a bit worried that it will come across quite cold or quite as quite robotic almost, that
Yeah.
it really has a human touch, or it can be programmed to have a human touch. So
Yeah.
um so we found that actually how it corresponds with clients or potential clients has been very good. Actually, I've been very impressed with that. um and what's great about the bot is if someone messages 3 o'clock in the morning,
Mm,
um speaks to the bot 3 o'clock in the morning, they get an immediate response and an immediate conversation,
yeah.
which we just can't do that, ourselves. So it for
Yeah.
some people who are happy to talk and converse with a bot, it's
Mm.
been those clients really, because they can get their answer and any questions answered um, immediately rather than having to wait a day or so.
Yeah. And it's not just like a Q&A type bot, right? Which has been fed with certain responses to give to certain answers. It's super like adaptive. It's like you said, very human. Like you really don't question you're talking to automation. Even if you are, you don't mind if it's actually comfortable like that.
No, it's great if someone mentions they're going on holiday, it'll even
Mm.
comment on their holiday,
Yeah.
or we all deserve a time, or something like that. It will comment on. It's very human in how it comes across. That it isn't sort
Yeah.
of. It's very different to what people probably have experienced in the past.
Yeah.
Um, and it can remember the conversation. It can remember the conversation it's had with you. So if
Yeah.
someone comes back, it can kind of make reference to that holiday, for instance, or I hope you had a nice
Yeah.
holiday, glad to, that kind of thing, which is what I would probably say to a client. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm being quite impressed with its capabilities actually.
And they're very patient, aren't they? Like they can have all the time in the world. Take your time. I'm here when you need. Whereas human, that's not easy to say if you're actually on a mission to achieve some targets.
Exactly that. And this is all running in the background whilst I'm sleeping.
Yeah.
So, that's which is amazing.
So yeah, that reminds me of that very first day, which actually was an incredible day. Like I know Anne was saying I'm going to start off running the campaign. So I'm like, yeah, fine, let's go for it. Like we done some internal testing that we felt, yes, this is looking good. Let's just see how it goes. And then I actually totally forgot that the campaign has started. And I randomly logged in after we start the campaign on a Saturday with the ads. And then I logged in on a Tuesday actually. And I'm like, oh my God, there's so many people talking to this bot already. Like I was just amazed. They wasn't just talking, they were literally at the point where it said, yep, I'm ready to book from whatever has been said before to get them there. And by this time, I know you had no idea what was going on because you were also on holiday, let alone this whole thing is new. Even Shannon being in the country in the business was not sure what's going on here. But here you are
Yeah.
being like, yeah, people are ready to book with you. And I'm like, okay. What was that feeling like?
Oh, it was fantastic. Because when I think about it, maybe if we didn't have that bot, those people may not got a response for a couple of days, and by then they're kind of gone off the idea. So you've got to catch these leads when they're fresh and when they're new in.
Yeah,
And obviously, holiday, I might not have got back to them for a week. So this just ensured that I retained those leads
yeah,
whilst I was selling myself in Crete. The bot was doing all the hard sort of work, really.
yeah. I would say poor bot, but they just seem to be very happy with doing anything of the work. Anne, were you going to say something? I think you were going to mention.
Just that, just to second what Kathy says about responding as soon as possible. The data shows us that if you leave a lead, even up to an hour can make a difference because they will have
Mm.
forgotten what they've clicked on or they may have gone elsewhere. And somebody who is more responsive is going to get them as a client rather than you.
Yeah,
So that urgency in getting to the leads as quickly as possible is really important. And of course, the bot hasn't got any restrictions on doing that. It hasn't got to be somewhere else.
yeah,
So that handles it beautifully.
yeah. I can imagine, especially in this industry where people are most very emotion. Most people are driven to buy by emotions, but I'd imagine, especially in this industry where they feel like it or they don't mind so much.
Mhm. Yes, it is important to get there really quickly while they are in a buying mood as
Yeah.
well. And if it's something that they are thinking about, if they've clicked on your ad, they're going to
Mhm.
see ads from competitors offering the same thing. And if
Yeah,
those competitors act more quickly, that's probably who they're going to go with.
yeah, for sure. Okay. I'm trying to think if there's anything I had specific to want to bring up. So I was going to say something about what's better about having this AI powered system compared to perhaps other things. Other business owners, especially in this industry, might have tried to increase conversions. First of all, both Anne and Kathy yourselves, any experience of what other things you might have tried to try and increase conversion rates from leads?
Yeah, I mean, I've tried lots of different methods in the past. One of them being that we get someone else outside of the business who phones these leads or
Mm,
gives them a call. But we've just found that people don't always appreciate a phone call, and they might
yeah,
be on their lunch break at work. They then get a phone call. They either can't answer the phone, and if they do, that they're kind of put out because actually they're at work. They can't respond.
mm,
Um, so there's a lot of companies out there selling that service of, that you pay for obviously this extra kind of service where someone will be sat on a phone making phone calls.
yeah,
But client feedback from that saying that they were too aggressive, that they were too harsh in their sales technique. That it was some people were upset by it because these people who are paid to make these calls, they get
yeah,
paid per success conversion, so they can be a bit aggressive and a bit harsh, and that isn't what we're about as a
yeah.
business. It
Very
for
true.
us, it just didn't work at all. And again, they're not phoning the second the lead comes in. I think they'll sit there with a list of leads, and they're
Yeah,
not getting straight away either. So this way we can with the way the bot seems to be working for us is you can program it to reflect how we want to speak to clients, our
mm,
tone, and how we want clients to be approached.
Yeah.
So got more control because I felt like when we had the person we had a marketing company that were calling our leads for
Mm.
us. It was giving us a bit of a bad reputation at one point. I felt like it was because they were being so aggressive and doing the sort of the hard sell,
Yeah.
which is isn't what we want. You know, we don't want people to feel pressured,
Yeah.
and it doesn't work. That method, especially in this industry, you need to better
Mm.
trust the people that are going to be. Um, you know, we want our clients to trust us, and having a harsh, sort of hard sales pitch isn't the way to gain trust, I don't believe, with clients. Whereas with this bot, we can, if we want it to be harsh, you can design it to be that.
If you wanted to, yeah.
If you're in that kind of industry, I think if different industries have different ways, but I do
Yeah.
feel in industry, you've got to build trust and you've got to come across as kind and which we are, I'd like to add. But you know, and the beauty of the bot is you can design it to respond how you would respond.
Yeah.
Um,
And
I
obviously
think you
came from us sitting down a couple of sessions to just get that true understanding. Like it's almost like creating a new team member, like how you would train a person, like you would teach them certain things and you expect certain things. So you get to have that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And you also get to see their conversations, which is very helpful just to be sure like it's doing its job, essentially.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I've not. I mean, obviously, we've been developing this together, so
Yeah. Couple of tweaks to correct.
we've
Yeah.
had to tweak a few things. There's got to be a couple of corrections, but it's never anything too damaging or anything terrible.
Yeah.
Um, you know, so I'd say considering we're dealing with technology, which can be temperamental, it's actually been very smooth the whole
Yeah.
process. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure. Okay. And outside of just specifically what it's done directly to the results from the financial side, like you mentioned, the figures you said, just how it feels for you, like that you touched on life balance a bit earlier. Just how has it affected you and and Shannon, your business partner in general, even when it comes to doing some of the manual work, which there can be some bits there to do, but overall, how has it
Yeah.
made a difference?
It's helped me put my phone down, I have to say. Yeah, I mean, obviously, yeah, and that's what I suppose at the moment because we're still developing things and there is still a lot of work we're doing in the background. I feel like once this is up and running and this is smoothly operating and we've got a bot absolutely tailored to us,
Yeah.
and we integrate at this high level that I feel like I'm just going to be able to put my phone down at a weekend and not hardly have to look at it
Yeah.
in the evening as well. And when I go on holiday, I know the bookings are still going to be coming in, even though I'm away. I can just turn it all off and let the bot do all the work. So for me, it's invaluable, really. Um, you know, and if I can, it's going to give me a lot of spare time because I spend a lot of my spare time just booking clients in
I
and dealing
know.
with inquiries. So if I can get rid of that element, I can maybe concentrate and do something else. I don't know, take up a hobby or um, start another business somewhere else. You know, so it's
Well,
going
you've
to
already got
free
a
me.
few, so you can do it in every business you have.
Yeah, but I can set up another one. I've got another one in the pipeline already that I want to do. So yeah, but
Yeah.
it's
Awesome. Great. Okay, so we'll wrap up soon. Just thinking, is there anything else might be nice to touch on? Well, I would like to ask you, like, let's say what you've experienced so far is a certain level of, features and elements to the bot, which we talked about, how much it's automated, how much there's still a little bit of work to do, but obviously worthwhile when it's done. Um,
yeah,
for the person watching, perhaps, who, let's say we're just talking the entry level, we've got like multiple levels of, what the bots and the automation can do, and you're going to be experiencing that in the next month as well. But just,
yeah,
this thing has really only been live for 1 month. Based off of what it's been like this last month, what might you say to someone who knows about what we're offering? They need to invest into this. That's as you would in any business. Maybe there's hesitations on AI, but from what you said, I hope they understand actually they don't need to feel as hesitant about that. So the idea of investing can be a bit scary, can be a bit, oh, should I not? What would you want to say to them?
I'd say definitely give it a go because you are gonna you are gonna more than break even with this. Even if you come in at the sort of lower end, at the entry level, just to get you going. I think we were discussing, weren't we, that you can start with more of a basic package if that's something, if this is how this is going to go, a more basic
Mm.
package, but you will find that you'll get so busy, um, and you'll have, especially with Anne's leads, you're going to have so many leads, you're going to be so busy that eventually you're going to want to upgrade and you're going to want to spend even more and invest even more because actually the more you invest, the more you'll see it as a return.
Yeah,
I wouldn't be scared of it. I think it's worth the punt. It really is because I mean I've been in this industry now for 7 years, and I've tried lots of different marketing strategies, different marketing companies, different ways to. I've had staff to deal with this. It just never seems to work.
yeah,
I suppose because it's my business, it's my baby. I've always been quite fussy with how um, I want my clients dealt with and how I want things to go. Because when it's your own thing you've created, you are a little bit possessive over your own reputation and your business. So it's
mm,
been it's been a roller coaster because a lot of, like I said, I've dealt with marketing companies that haven't done it right or that have kind of not really worked for my clients. So for me, I feel like it is a scary thing to invest. It's a scary thing to put a bit of money into it, but it will pay off. And I do believe I mean, we've just done a month and already we've had I haven't done the math, but our revenue, the turnover, sorry, it has increased considerably in just 1 month. Um, so we've gone from say 10,000 to 14.
yeah.
Um,
And
so
that's the overall revenue outside of well, it's other customers and it's
that
more than just the
it,
lead campaign.
yeah, it's more than that. But I do believe that um, that when we get clients through the door, the more clients we get in, the more we upsell, the more they want other services. So I think it all
Yeah,
has a knock effect, it all has a positive effect, uh, and and I can only attribute it to this whole system that we're doing and are following up our leads and being very strategic with our follow-ups and making sure that we follow up every single one and more than just once, but continue to follow them up,
yeah,
and all having a knock-on effect because I've had someone in this month who she came in through the advert, but then she wanted other treatments,
exactly.
and
Yeah,
or they've told their dad or they've told their brother or and then they've come in and booked in. So it does have a knock-on
right.
effect.
Yeah,
And I do think if you don't be scared to invest in your business, don't be scared, and it does work. It really does. And what have you got to lose? I know that for sure you're going to break even, and I would think you would, in fact, make a profit on that. But even if you break even on the first month,
yeah.
it's an investment because all the time you'll have on your hands as well to not have to deal with clients and
I
it,
wanted to
it's
mention that as well as the time as well as the money, the energy, the time as well as the money, and how much more that can actually make a difference. It is,
because you do need to invest to see a return. Really, it isn't about just putting it out on Facebook. It's
yeah,
not just posters up or leaflets through doors. None of that. It does work to an extent, but it doesn't work the same as
yeah.
if you put a bit of money into it.
Yeah, sure. And this actually, Anne, we were talking even just before by chat, like about lifetime value. You've obviously worked in this industry for so long, seen the results of other clients. I think you mentioned you have a stat actually about what's the lifetime value of a client in this industry, even if they start from like a £50 booking or something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we always keep an eye on because when we talk to clients, it can sometimes be when you're involved in the business, you can't see beyond the current month that you are working in. And so you get very focused on getting an immediate return on your investment, which you do get.
Mm,
But if you look at the big picture, your investment is even better.
yeah,
And in the aesthetics industry, it can be up to £2,500 per year. So when you think about those clients that you get through the door, which might be it might be a low cost treatment, but that can then go on to, as Kathy said, selling to family, selling to friends, but also they then get to trust you, they become long-term clients, and that
Mm.
can have a value of £2,500 a year, which is what it's all about. It's the upsell and building that relationship with the clients so that you give them what they want as well.
Yeah, I love that. And it just really makes sense where we can just get something like a bot, which isn't like the most closest thing to them as a person, but it's close enough to get them through the door, entry level bookings. And then there's a strategy that accompanies all of that for the long term. Just got a totally winning business there. Like Kathy, you'll just start
Mm.
multiple businesses just doing the same thing.
Yeah, I'll be using your bot for lots of other different things now.
You're more than welcome for sure. He already knows you, so it has that relationship. Okay, no, it's really great. Thank you so much, Kathy. It's been really fun working with you. Like, I love how you're a go-getter as well. Like, it's not just like here's the tools, enjoy it. You make use of it. That's really important as well. In fact, maybe you can just quickly share just tips to get the most out of this. So the one thing they're investing, okay, you're going to get the results as long as you do this. Then I think we can leave it there.
Yeah, I think you've just got to be 100% on board and work with you to start with, because obviously you can't create a bot unless you've got someone who is 100% communicating with you and giving you all the information that you're asking for. So I think a little bit of time's got to go in at the beginning. You've got to invest your own time as well as money to start with, um, so that you can then produce the bot that's needed to um, help run your business. And then once that's done, the money's going to come in. So it's going to pay for the bot. The work's done. So your time will be free. So yeah, it's about just that initial commitment, that first kind of month, I think. And then you'll see it pay dividends after that.
Yeah, for sure. I think like most businesses, we invest like it starts with like a bit more time goes in, money's being spent out, but over time the money increases and the time goes down. And
Yeah.
that's the long-term mindset to have. Awesome. Thank you so much, Kathy. It's been so much fun having this chat as well as working together. And yes, really appreciate both you and Anne for your time, for all the teamwork. So yeah, continue success
Okay.
from here. All right.
Thank you. Cheers,
Thanks
Anne.
everyone. Now, for everyone watching, if you want to learn more about what this bot, like more details, how to get it for yourself in your business, including it's like we mentioned earlier, it's not just the bot on its own. Great if you're already getting a stream of people coming through the door, but as well as having the bot services, there's also the lead generation as well, which Anne is an expert in. So whichever side of that it is, but I would highly recommend. This is like a you know, what's it called, hand in hand type service, do reach out to us and there'll be a button somewhere around this video, wherever you're watching, or if you know us personally, just simply reach back out. So thank you for your time for watching and yeah, wishing you all the best. Thank you.